You're watching the results of the India Today Group Cicero post-poll survey. This is what you've all been waiting for. Let's dive straight into our numbers. And we start this post-poll survey by putting out first the numbers for Delhi. 7 seats in Delhi, all of them held by the Congress party in the last elections. Let's start with the vote share for the Congress, which was 57% in 2009. Now projected by Cicero and the India Today Group to crash to 21. That's a loss of a whopping 36% vote share for the Congress. The BJP, which picked up 37% of the vote share last time, gaining vote share, not so substantially, just 7% up to 42. That's the BJP's projected vote share for Delhi. The reason the BJP is not gaining quite as much is because of the presence now of the Aam Aadmi Party, which is picking up a massive 31% of the vote share. Very, very substantial. In fact, the Aam Aadmi Party has now emerged as the second biggest party in Delhi, beating the Congress by 10%. The Congress at 21, the Aam Aadmi Party has 31% of the vote share. How does this translate into seats? This is what everyone's most keen on. The Congress had 7 seats last time. That's now projected to crash to 0. The BJP expected to get between 5 and 7. The Aam Aadmi Party between 0 and 2. That's the projection for the Aam Aadmi Party between 0 and 2. The projection for the BJP between 5 and 7. I now want to take you through the key caste configurations for Delhi and how they are shaping up. Let's start with, we're looking at the caste combinations for Delhi. This is the Brahmin votes, the upper caste vote. The Congress down to 16%. That's a loss of 43 from last time. The BJP expected to pick up about 52% of the Brahmin vote. That's a gain of 11%. After the Brahmin vote, let's now come to the Banya, the Jain vote. The Congress there losing about 38% of its Banya Jain support, down to 17%. The BJP gaining 12% of the Banya Jain vote in comparison with the 2009 elections, now projected at 53. The Aam Aadmi Party picking up about 25%. That's 1/4 of the Banya and Jain support in Delhi. Let's now look at the Muslim vote. The Congress crashing. Earlier, it virtually had a one-sided monopoly over the Muslim voters. That is now crashing by about 44%. The Congress is down to only 40% of the Muslim votes. In fact, what is very interesting according to the survey is that the Aam Aadmi Party is likely to pick up more Muslim voters in Delhi than the Congress. That is disconcerting news from the Congress's perspective. Then there is the Sikh vote in Delhi. The Congress losing there as well, down to 24, a loss of 25% of the Sikh vote they had last time. The BJP gaining from 43 to 47. The Aam Aadmi Party picking up about 29% of the Sikh vote. Despite the fall in the Aam Aadmi Party's fortunes from the December 8 results, they haven't done badly at all. This is a breakup of the Sikh vote. Let's now focus on the Dalit vote. The Congress losing about 32% of its Dalit support, down to 22. The BJP pushing its figure up from 24 to 27, a gain of 3. The Aam Aadmi Party once again storming the Congress bastion here amongst the Dalits, picking up 37% of the Dalit vote. But remember, Ajay Makan, Kapil Sibal, all of them, according to the results of the India Today Cicero post-poll survey, are expected to lose their seats. This is the other OBC vote. The Congress down 43% to 19. The BJP picking up 42%. The AAP picking up 32. The net tally is you've got the BJP between 5 and 7. You've got the Aam Aadmi Party between 0 and 2. This is the Jat vote of Delhi. The Congress's vote share coming down 26%. The BJP 48%. That's where it was. The Aam Aadmi Party at 26. I want to go across now to Shiv Vishwanathan and get him to explain the first set of numbers that have been put out so far, the post-poll projections for Delhi. Shiv Vishwanathan.
See, one thing is clear. Despite all the predictions, AAP has done rather well.
Well, they're only getting between 0 and 2 seats.
Okay. If we look at the percentage game, it's done credibly.
Sure.
And I think to a certain extent, you've got to understand, despite being known to be playing truant, the politics has worked for it. True, the BJP has won. But I don't think it's such a sensational victory. To me, what is really interesting is the small factors. AAP is getting the Muslim vote. AAP is getting the Dalit vote.
True.
And in a way, it's becoming the party of the future.
Is it? Is it becoming the party of the future? Sadanand Dume, do you agree?
I would say that the assembly election, the AAP did two things. It gutted Congress and it emerged as a credible player. If they end up with 0 seats in Delhi, they would have gutted Congress as they did the last time, but their own credibility would also have taken a blow.
No, but they could also end up with 2 according to the results.
2 would be a lot better than 0.
3 seats.
2 would be a lot better than 0.
To my sense, where there's a neck and neck fight between the BJP and the AAP, and it's very difficult for any pollster to say who will win on those seats. It could go any way. A small sample size doesn't give clarity, which is why there is a range which factors in both possibilities. Nalini Singh.
It's a bit of a scare that in a metropolitan city like Delhi and the capital of the country, you still have casting such a huge shadow, and quite an accurate shadow it appears to me. So that's really a very worrying sign. Okay. But on the other hand, where is BSP and Dalit vote? I find that there is, AAP
collapse.
And BJP seem to have taken it. So where is this?
Can I invite Dr. Ashok Lahiri back to our studios, please, because he's been studying the Delhi numbers. He just stepped out for a moment to put the national projection together. But till then, KP Singh, there are 2 ways of looking at it. 31% vote share is still very good, but the reality is that the Aam Aadmi Party ends up with just between 0 and 2 seats. So that's not very powerful, given the fact that if the 2013 assembly elections were to be replicated on this Lok Sabha election, they would have ended up with either 3 or 4.
These are 2 different elections. Assembly election was the question was who's going to be chief minister. This election is about who's going to be prime minister. And still, 1/3 of Delhi does not think it's Modi or Rahul Gandhi. It's obviously Kejriwal. So perhaps the National Party should think about that.
No, but this is an impressive performance, Tavleen Singh, from the BJP's perspective. Between 5 and 7, 7 would be a complete whitewash. That is very, very powerful, given the fact that they were down to 0 in the last election.
And given the fact that
they were struggling to find candidates.
And they were in pretty bad shape until they changed the leaders in Delhi. So, really what you're seeing is what I think is a Modi factor, because it was almost, without Modi, I think the BJP would have done very badly in Delhi.
Okay. Dr. Lahiri, your sense of the votes for Delhi, because we're looking at the 2 theories. One is that the Aam Aadmi Party with 31% of the vote share hasn't done too badly, and the second is, will this stay this way till the assembly elections, or will it get better or worse for Kejriwal?
First, Rahul, I'm quite happy that the exit poll, or not the exit poll, the post poll is confirming the pre-poll.
Absolutely.
Pre-poll, you remember we had said 6
5 to 7
plus minus 1, and we had said others 1 plus minus 1. It confirms what we said there. Now, I think in terms of AAP's performance, AAP has done remarkably well, because if you look at AAP, it's giving great competition to Congress. But on the other hand, its 49 stint in the government did not endear it.
No, but there is a theory that I have, which I think comes out first from Delhi. It will emerge elsewhere as well. Wherever the opposition is united, Modi's been given a tough time. Yeah. Wherever the opposition vote is fragmented, that is where the BJP vote share converts maximum into seat share. We're seeing that happen in Delhi, where the opposition vote share, because it's being grabbed by the Aam Aadmi Party, which is eating into the Congress support, is thereby damaging the Congress and helping the BJP convert its vote share, because their vote share has actually just gone up 7% from the last time, but they're sweeping the elections because the AAP is eating away the Congress vote.
But that's a non-starter as an argument, because AAP is an anti-establishment party. It cannot unite with the others. In that case, AAP, it will be alleged that AAP is either a B team of the Congress or it's in cahoots with the BJP. So AAP, by its very nature, cannot combine with other parties.
Okay.
Will have
We've discussed Delhi. I want to move on because viewers are keen on getting a sense of as many states as possible. Let's now come to the neighbouring state of Haryana. Once again, a state where the Congress had swept in the last Lok Sabha elections. Let's take you through the vote share percentages of Haryana this time round. Here they are coming up on your screen right now. The Congress, which had 42% of the vote share last time, now crashing to 24. That's a loss of 18% of the votes for the Congress. Rahul Gandhi, our MOF graphic there, not looking very pleased with the numbers. I don't think he'll have much reason to cheer through this evening today. Let's now come to the BJP alliance, which had about 22% of the vote share. Modi there breaking into a bit of a dance. That's because his vote share in Haryana has gone up to 40, a gain of 18%. And remember, there were lots of people who felt that the BJP should get into an alliance with the INLD. Modi and gang held out. That seems to have worked quite well. Let's take a look at the Aam Aadmi Party, which thought that Haryana would be fertile breeding ground for the Aam Aadmi Party. They're picking up only 12% of the vote share in Haryana. In fact, they've done much better in Punjab than they have in Haryana. This is the INLD, which is where it was. 16% is what they picked up last time, 16% is what they've got now, so not proving to be a big game changer in the Haryana elections. Let's see how this translates into seats. The Congress, which had the Congress seat share coming up first, last time they had 9 seats, now expected to get only between 0 and 2. 9 is the maximum that the BJP could get, 7 is the minimum, so their range from 7 to 9, a very, very commendable performance given the fact that last time they had only 1 and the others are expected to pick up between 0 and 2. India Today Cicero do not project, Dr. Lahiri, that the Aam Aadmi Party is picking up any seat at all. So you're essentially saying that Yogendra Yadav and all the other candidates from the Aam Aadmi Party in Haryana will lose their election. That's your projection, sir.
It's not as definitive as you make it out to be. As a psephologist has to have all humility. These are, after all, polls. So we can be proved wrong, but from the trends that's emerging, it seems that it will be very unlikely that Aam Aadmi Party will pick up a seat in Haryana. And that's not surprising because, mind you, as I told you, apart from in urban centers, for a new party like Aam Aadmi Party to have the organizational machinery, I'm sure Aam Aadmi Party after this election will realize how hard Indian politics is. You can be anti-establishment, but to have an organizational structure that can reach villages, that can reach people and organize an election is not easy.
Tarun Vijay from the BJP is joining us now. We're seeing 2 sets of figures put out so far. There is Delhi and there is Haryana, both of which seem to be swinging towards the BJP. Tarun Vijay, giving you reason to smile. You got off to a good start in Delhi, projected to pick up between 5 and 7. In Haryana as well, the BJP projected to pick up between 7 and 9. So a good start.
Sorry, Rahul, I'm not getting your voice clearly. But as far as Delhi and Haryana are concerned, BJP must have done better. And we are very happy seeing the trends coming from various corners of the country. With all humility, we must say that the people of India have chosen Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi as their next Prime Minister. This is a one.
Okay, BJP getting good news from Haryana, getting good news from Delhi. Naresh Gujral from the Akali Dal is also joining us. We'll have the numbers for Punjab on our screen in just a moment from now. Mr. Gujral, your sense of the initial figures that have been put up. You worked very hard on trying to put the allies together for the NDA. There was a big debate on whether the INLD should be brought on board. Ultimately, the NDA decided to keep the Chautalas out. That seems to have been the right decision in the end, Mr. Gujral.
Well, it's worked out for them, and I'm very happy that BJP and the allies are going to win 7 to 9 seats. In the end, the main thing is whether we win or lose, and the very fact that they've converted this into support for themselves, I have no regrets.
Okay, because you were pushing for a Chautala alliance, that didn't happen in the end.
BJP in Haryana.
Yes?
Akali Dal campaigned against BJP for INLD in Haryana.
That's right.
So that's a bit amusing, Mr. Gujral saying that.
I was pushing for the alliance because we thought that we could get all 10 seats.
Mr. Badal went there
with
4
the
or 5
alliance.
times.
Okay, I want your sense, KP, about the numbers for Delhi
Well,
and
I'm not going to
Haryana.
argue about the veracity because there's no point in that. But even if it's 12%, that's a good position for the assembly elections, which anyway is Aam Aadmi's main goal in 6 months.
What about your sense of the Delhi numbers?
Delhi numbers are fine. I mean, in Delhi, they were voting for a prime minister. So if you're not offering that yet, still to get 31% is pretty
It also
good.
sort of brings the Aam Aadmi Party back on Mother Earth, because after the Delhi
31%
Assembly
Mother Earth.
elections, we saw Prashant Bhushan tell us in an interview on Seedhi Baat that we might pick up 300, 400 seats. I think the Aam Aadmi Party, on the back of the 8th of December results, was also getting a bit carried away.
No, I don't
This
think anybody
result
ever
could
said
sort of
that.
bring everyone back to ground.
I think Yogendra Yadav said they would have preferred the election in 2015 when they were fully ready. Nobody ever said anybody's
Rahul,
coming
I think in elections, even an independent candidate who normally forfeits a deposit would actually say that I'm winning. I think why should they be contesting?
Sure.
And for the Aam Aadmi Party, the fact that they could find candidates in 300 plus seats is a big achievement for the given political culture.
I mean, you don't see anybody actually finding candidates in a state like Tamil Nadu. The Aam Aadmi Party found candidates. I mean, the threat of being killed, acid thrown at them, and still they found candidates.
Something a little bit contrary. The candidates found the Aam Aadmi Party, I would say, because that means that such is the yearning for being in politics that when the doors are closed for big parties, BJP, AIA, DMK, Tamil Nadu, DMK, Congress, etc., if you have an opening, the candidates have found the Aam Aadmi Party because it solicited these applications.
Okay. Well, I think I would just want to just make a small amend. The kind of people who have come in are the kind of people who have from the 1980s actually seen the whole political process as meaningless, and there is a new narrative of the Indian politics that has come, that there are 300 people here who are actually sort of prepared to do that in states where
and they're putting pressure on both the BJP and the Congress in a good way.
And not just the candidates, the volunteers.
Exactly.
Come from everywhere, all across the country.
Okay, I want to move on. I want to keep the wheel moving, so we're able to cover every state. With the permission of our panelists, can I move on to Rajasthan next, please? Because in Rajasthan, once again, a state where the Congress had swept the last time. Let's see what the India Today Group Cicero projection this time round is. The Congress, which picked up 47% of the vote share in the 2009 Lok Sabha elections, now projected to crash to 33, a loss of 14% of the vote share that they picked up last time. Let's now come to the BJP, which picked up 36% of the vote share. That's now going up to 47. Tavleen Singh likes the animated graphic. Modi quite excited.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good. You like it?
He's got weird glasses on.
Those are our animators just getting a bit carried away. But there you go. He's excited. A gain of 11% of the vote share for the BJP. That's big. Let's now look at the others, which had about 17% of the vote share last time, now projected to pick up 20. How does this convert into seats? Let's look at the seat conversion for Rajasthan. The Congress, which picked up 20 seats last time, now projected to crash to between 0 and 4. The BJP, which picked up only 4 seats last time, now expected to jump up to 21 to 25, a very, very strong performance for the BJP, and the others projected between 0 and 1. So once again, a third state where we are seeing a virtual whitewash by the BJP, Dr. Lai.
See, Rajasthan is interesting because Rajasthan, BJP did get 49% of the votes in 2004. So what you are seeing is that Rajasthan is going back to the 2004 situation. And Rajasthan has been a bipolar situation for a long, long time. The fight has always been between the Congress and the BJP. And since the parties have gone from famine to feast, this time it's the BJP which is going from famine to feast because it had only 4 seats. No, but the interesting
thing to note over here, Shiv Vishwanathan, is that the BJP is maximizing gains in its stronghold areas. In the areas where they could have done well, they're maximizing their strike rate, which is good, because if they're hoping to get as close to 272 as the NDA hopes to, then the more they pick up in these seats, the better. The fewer they get, the tougher the ask becomes for them.
Let me give the devil its due. In these places, the killer instinct works. They know they have to grab a maximum, and they're going out to do just that, because every vote counts when the final tally begins. And that will be the time for that wonderful BJP word, humility.
But I think that is what's interesting is that the smaller parties, not talking about the Aam Aadmi Party, but the NPP, I think the National People's Party, the MENA, then you have the PSS, I think another party, that these don't seem to have affected the chances of BJP, whereas they were going to eat into these votes, or there were all these alliances.
So it's been a national election in that sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying, so what is the meaning of all these alliances? People waste so much television time and print space on talking about whether who met, who had tea with whom, under which tree, but it doesn't seem to amount to anything final.
Okay, Tarun Vijay, if you can hear me better now. Yes, Krishnanand.
I would want to know which is this one seat that the others, what is the others?
No, but that's too risky. And that Dr. Lahiri made me promise we won't ask him, because pinpointing that one seat is very risky. Psychologically.
Is it or is it not Jashwant Singh?
Do you want to take that guess?
Yeah. First thing, Rahul, before I answer that question, I must say, for the Congress, the loss of votes takes it back to as far back as 1989. It has never done as badly as since 1989.
And it's a bipolar fight. So you've actually lost 14% of the vote.
On the question about particular seats, I wish I knew the answer. Then I'd be a rich man. I could always tell the politicians which seat to fight from. The reason is, there are quite a few seats where the others are doing well, but exactly to pinpoint, since I haven't been there, I don't know the local conditions.
My question is because we are talking about a bipolar contest. In a bipolar contest, I think, as we understand, there isn't another.
No, that's a very risky game. We don't want to play it.
No, but out of 25, if 24 is going to Congress and BJP.
But I want to go across to Tarun Vijay. Haryana, Delhi, Rajasthan, the same story. The BJP maximizing a virtual whitewash in favor of the BJP in all these North Indian states.
Rahul, I would like to say one thing, that these are the floodgates of the people's support. And while we salute the people for this kind of a support, I must tell that more than the numbers, it's a paradigm shift in the Indian politics. It will add new color, new style, new language and new mediums. If at all we can compare it closest, it can be compared only to the 1952's Nehru's victory for Congress. If Nehru won more than 300 seats for Congress in 52, Modi will win more than 300 seats for NDA and BJP this time. So this kind of a thing is unprecedented and extraordinary.